In today's session, we're going to be starting a new series on leadership and workforce alignment and engagement. This is the first video in the series, and this is going to be an overview of what the series is going to be talking about. And it's really about achieving alignment and engagement throughout the organization, and that's a necessary condition to become a high-performing organization. If we look at organizational excellence and we study the framework of organizational excellence, what we do is we start with the customer, and customers have needs, and different customers have different needs. Different markets have different needs. So we need to understand the needs of the customer, and those are the inputs into our organization. So if we look at this from an input, process, output, the inputs are the needs of the customer. And again, it's stated and implied needs. We need to understand all the needs of the customer. That feeds into our organization, which converts those needs into products and services, and we provide some level of satisfaction to the market. And again, what we want is that blue ocean. So we don't want to be in the red ocean. We want to be in that blue ocean where we have uncontested market space and we have a significant competitive advantage. And within the organization, of course, we have the core functions. So it doesn't matter what type of organization you are, you have these three core functions. We have finance, which is measuring the performance of the organization. We have sales and marketing that's going out and looking for new opportunities. And we have operations, which is converting those needs of the customer into products and services. And there's also supporting functions such as like IT, maintenance, HR, quality, depending on what type of organization you are, but all organizations have these core functions. And of course, these functions overlap with one another, and a lot of times we see conflicts between these functions. So finance has a need, and it's in conflict with the sales and marketing need, or finance has a need and it's in conflict with operational needs. Sales and marketing has a needs and it's in conflict with operational needs. So we want to understand what are those conflicts and how to break those conflicts. And of course, leadership's role is to make sure that all these functions are working in conjunction with one another and there's no conflicts that are preventing the organization from achieving higher performance. And so what we're looking for is break those conflicts and create win-win solutions. Of course, win-win between functions in the organization, win-win with our customers, and so that we can create that decisive competitive advantage. Now, if we can't achieve alignment between these functions, that's where things start to break down and we start to compromise and we don't achieve the full level of performance that the organization can achieve. So what are the necessary conditions to become high performing? Of course, we need to satisfy all the customer needs, not some of the customers part of the time, but we need to satisfy all the customers' needs all the time. And of course, we need to also meet the needs of the organization and the stakeholders within the organization. But what we really want to focus in this series is establishing the mindset to achieve sustainable improvement. And the key here is sustainable improvement. So if we don't sustain the improvement, it's not an improvement. So we can get some gains in the short term. And if we backslide and start doing the things that we used to do, and of course, we're not going to get this sustainable improvement. And if it's not sustainable, of course, it's not an improvement. And of course, it's so important that we have the correct mindset to achieve that sustainable improvement. If we don't have everybody aligned in the correct mindset, again, that's where conflict starts to come in. And then, of course, we want to establish that positive change in organizational cultures. So what do we need to do as an organization to get that positive change in culture, get alignment, get people pulling together to achieve significant improvement or that breakthrough improvement in the organization? So when you have people working together, we're aligned, we're in the correct mindset, it's amazing what can be accomplished. So this series is really going to focus on different elements of achieving buy-in and alignment. And the first one is going to be about resistance to change. So what is resistance to change and why do we have resistance to change in the organization? Then the second series is going to be dealing with the resistance and achieving buy-in. Then recalibrating the mindset using the Socratic method. So how do we use the Socratic method to recalibrate the mindset? Active listening and using different types of questioning as part of the Socratic method. Dealing with conflict and creating win-win solutions. The daily walk process and effective use of coaching during that daily walk process. Using coaching to influence leadership. using coaching to persuade peers, and dealing with resistance in a group setting. So that's going to be the video series. If there's other things you'd like to see, send me a message on LinkedIn of other elements that you'd like to see in this video series. I think it's going to be an exciting series. And again, connect with me on LinkedIn, go to our website, visit our YouTube channel where we have lots of videos on organizational performance and achieving high performance.